A train carrying dangerous chemicals derails in LaPorte County, and the heat is to blame. We'll have a live report next on NewsCenter 16.
You're watching WNDU TV.
Live from Michiana, this is NewsCenter 16.
Some folks in LaPorte County are still out of their homes tonight after a train carrying hazardous chemicals derails. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tricia Sloma. Cheryl Henderson is off tonight. The wreck happened late this afternoon in the town of Mill Creek. Police say the train jumped the tracks that were buckled from the heat. The train was carrying a highly flammable chemical, and that forced dozens of families from their homes. Mill Creek is on the eastern edge of LaPorte County, as you can see here on this map, just across the St. Joseph County line. NewsCenter 16's Mark Peterson is standing by live at the scene. Mark?
Well, Trish, the train in total had 52 cars. About 20 of those jumped the tracks, but an overwhelming majority of the concern focuses on one of the derailed cars. That's because it's carrying an extremely flammable liquid. It is known as tert-butyl alcohol, and the best officials can tell us right now is that the tanker does not appear to be leaking, at least not yet. A brief period of calm followed the raucous commotion of the crash.
I thought something exploded. It was an awful, it sounded like he was real close to a jet taking off. It was really, really loud. And it just, I mean, like I said, it just shook the whole house.
Do you have a railroad number for this chemical?
What shook emergency response crews was a single car carrying an extremely flammable liquid. A car located in the middle of the wreckage, a car that became mired in the marsh.
The car is pointed down into a muck. About half the car is in the muck, the other half is sticking out. There is a gouge on the end of the car. However, it does not appear to be leaking anywhere. We're just waiting now for the rail crews to come in and start moving some cars around, and when we get to that car, then we're probably going to have some concern when we get to moving that car around. But at this point in time, it's just a wait-and-see thing.
It'll be a while, likely, before the bulldozers reach the tanker car. Right now, they've, in the last 4 hours or so, have succeeded in uprighting 3 locomotives. You can see a couple of those behind me. What the plan is now is to push some of the other cars simply off to the side in order to reach the tanker more quickly and go from there, Trish.
Yeah, it looks like a long night ahead. Mark, now police are telling us that the tracks were buckled from the heat. What else have you heard? Have you heard anything else there?
Well, the official investigation belongs to the Federal Railroad Administration. The investigator has checked in, and he has looked at the tracks. He has talked to the crew personnel, administered the drug and alcohol tests that are a routine part of that process. But the official cause, really not known, but we also have heard a lot of folks talking around here about statements being made about the tracks being buckled and that causing the train to break and eventually derail.
All right, Mike, thanks for your report. Another wreck in Michiana put a plane in someone's front yard. This single-engine Cessna crashed in the front yard of a very surprised Howard Township family, and a very fortunate couple walked away. Russell and Mary Dennison were flying from Wisconsin to South Bend for a wedding when their plane's engine failed. Using some fancy flying, Russell managed to avoid a serious crash.
As soon as it crossed the road, I seen it coming towards me, so I hurried up and got up and started running up here, and after it flipped, I was up here, but they got out, so I'm glad they were okay.
Mrs. Dennison was slightly injured. She hurt her wrist in the accident. 70 special athletes appear hooked on fishing. Michiana and New Buffalo Steelheaders groups ferried the special athletes around Lake Michigan for a day of fishing. Some fished for perch, others for salmon. Then it was back to shore to swap fishing stories.
I've got nothing. I got, 1 minute I got about 34 fish. And we're out there wanting it in.
The crowning.
An awards ceremony capped off the event. No matter what their catch or if they came back empty-handed, everyone left with a trophy to remember their day on the lake. Across the lake, the Windy City is bracing for a heat wave. Chicago officials are trying to avoid a repeat of the deadly heat wave earlier this month. Workers and volunteers are going door to door to warn people of the dangers. Mayor Richard Daley is asking people to look out for one another.
More than anything else, we're urging families and loved ones, friends, neighbors, churches, and block clubs and community organizations to check on seniors or people with disabilities or people with medical conditions that would become critical in the heat.
Chicago has suffered about 546 heat-related deaths this summer. Things are about to heat up in Michiana, too. Here's Dick Addis with the first word on our weather. Dick?
Tricia, it's going to be a clear and warm night tonight, low of 68, but a hot one tomorrow, a scorcher, a burning, sizzling 96, plenty of steaming sunshine. In fact, a heat wave is on our doorstep, and we may have to issue a heat advisory for our part of the area tomorrow, but we'll wait till then. More weather details in just a few moments.
All right, Dick, thanks a lot. The heat is on in Idaho. That's where firefighters are battling a raging brush fire. And later, a canine workout that may end up saving your life. Stay with us.
You know, golf is a deceptively simple game.
People borrow money through American Family Financial Services for all kinds of reasons. To consolidate bills, buy a car, fix up the house, and sometimes to buy a golf course, like Andrew Toth did.
I was surprised how quick and easy it was to get a loan through American Family. They were there when I needed them. It was really smooth. I wish my golf swing were that smooth.
American Family Insurance.
Your American Family agent in Granger is Bob Snyder, and in South Bend, Anthony Alfano.
By the time I got to work, my makeup called it quits. But corn silk lasts because it's oil-free and oil-absorbing. It does the job beautifully.
That natural look of corn silk. It's oil-absorbent, not just oil-free.
Act your age, my wife says. Never. Then the pain hits. Time out for Icy Hot.
Get fast relief from Icy Hot. Icy to dull the pain and hot to relax it away. Get Icy and Hot therapy for pain.
Hey, you're only as young as you feel.
Welcome to Powerball, America's biggest jackpot game, with your chance to win multi-million-dollar jackpots. Now it's time to talk numbers and an estimated $10 million jackpot tonight. Hi, everybody. Mike Pace here with Powerball, America's biggest jackpot game. These folks, $100,000 winners. 9 different ways you can win, so stand by and let's find out what the numbers are. Good luck. We have 14. We have 11. Remember, to win the jackpot, correctly match 5 white balls plus the red Powerball. We have 25, we have 16, and there is number 33. Now let's have a look at tonight's Powerball with 6 more ways you can win, and it's number 26. Double check them and good luck. 14, 11, 25, 16, and 33. The Powerball is number 26. If we don't give it away, an estimated $14 million for Wednesday. Good night.
If I were you, I'd head for my Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
The heat is on.
The heat is on during the Mercury Clearance Countdown with this red-hot lease on Mercury Villager, just $249 a month for 24 months. Or buy the minivan that drives like a car and get $1,000 cash back. Now's the time to enjoy the hottest deals of the summer. Villager's low $249 a month lease or $1,000 cash back when you buy. Only during the Mercury Clearance Countdown.
The heat is...
See your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
Certain things make you feel good about a house.
Like having a room where the sun pours in the morning.
Yeah, and walking into the perfect kitchen.
And getting your mortgage from Standard Federal.
Nobody makes homeownership easier than the original home loan team. Buying this house was a big decision.
Yeah, deciding when we're going to have kids was an even bigger one.
But one decision was real easy.
Getting our mortgage at Standard Federal.
Standard Federal Bank, helping you along the way.
Brush fires are still raging in Idaho, but the winds that fanned the fires have died down. Firefighters thought that they had the fire under control last night, but the wind started to gust. 2 firefighters were killed when flames engulfed their truck. The fire department in South Bend will fly its flags at half-staff tomorrow to honor the 2 men. If you have to work out of doors this weekend, we certainly hope you're trying to stay cool. Earlier today, we caught some summertime workers going through their training exercises. But get this, they're dogs, and they got their workout in the water.
Go out! Here, puppy! Help us, puppy!
The Newfoundland is a dog, as its name implies, from the province of Newfoundland. And they have a natural instinct for water, for life-saving.
Right to me. You can do it.
This is the South Central Newfoundland Club, and we're hosting a water test. Rather informal, since this is not a sanctioned test, but more of a practice run for a series of tests that are coming up.
That's a good dog. Come on. Help me. Help. Come on. Good. Help.
That's my girl. Paul. Babe's a little over 2. We got her when she was about 10 weeks old. She got her beginning level or water dog last year at 17 months, and this year we're working on senior.
10 feet, parallel to shore. Hey, take it! Did you see her go off the boat? This dog will get its title this summer. Very definitely. Hey, jump! All right. Good.
This year she knows what she's doing. She's a lot more stable, and she really enjoys it. When I tell her, you want to go in the truck, you want to go swimming, not a problem. She's right there by the door saying, let's go.
A couple more exercises to do. Okay, go on out. Okay, come on, baby. Belly dap. We'll signal. Then you got 3 minutes.
Beautiful work by photojournalist Steve Rhodes there. The Newfoundland Club meets every year at the Anchorage Kennel in St. Joseph County to put their dogs through the paces. Well, it'll take more than a dog to rescue us from the dog days of summer. The heat's coming back. In 2 minutes, Dick Addis will be back to tell us just how hot it will be. Stay with us.
I'd do it in a second. The fans will dig it. They've waited long enough. I've just got to get the other lads to agree. I think I can convince them. I'll say, lads, the time has come to eat our pizza crust first.
Good idea, Ringo. Cool.
Yeah.
Stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut with cheese baked into a new, thinner crust. You'll want to eat it crust first. Now with free garlic dipping sauce.
Wrong, lads.
Large is $9.99.
I started getting headaches by the end of the workday, so I went to Dr. Tavel's 1-Hour Optical. After the most thorough examination I've ever had, he determined my prescription had changed. Then the doctor made recommendations that really helped.
Now, for a limited time, get 2 complete pairs of glasses in about an hour and a thorough eye examination for only $99.98. Only at Dr. Tavel's 1-Hour Optical.
Dr. Tavel's 1-Hour Optical. Only the best for my eyes.
Weather with Dick Addis has the American Meteorological Society seal of approval.
I didn't mind staying in the air conditioning today.
Tomorrow's going to be a better day to stay in. Of course, it'd be a good day to go to the lake and jump in the water and cool off because it's going to be a hot one.
Is that what you're planning on doing?
No, I have to report all this heat wave.
You get air conditioning.
Let's look outside. Over South Bend, our Skyview 16 is looking at some pretty lights. It's clear out there. Temperature's 78. No haze, no fog, just a nice pleasant night. And not quite as humid. Well, maybe it is a little on the humid side, and it's going to become more humid. Now here's a look at today's highs across the region. You can see we had some steamy highs, 94 at Evansville, St. Louis at 95, Kansas City at 94. Even Traverse City had a high today of 85, 95 at Chicago. As we look at our 16 weather spotters reports, they're all still in the 80s, with the exception of St. Joe at 78. Tonight, we're saluting the weather spotters of the Three Rivers Fire Department. Oh, that's fine. A good hand of applause for the fellas out there taking care of looking at that thermometer every day. And speaking of thermometers, at South Bend, out at the airport, temperature 78. Dew points come up a little, 71 degrees. Relative humidity, 79%. The barometer's rising at 30.17 inches, and the wind is out of the northeast at 7 miles an hour. Our overnight low was 67 at 4:30 a.m., and we did reach 90 at 4:15 this afternoon. We've had no rain. Now, the folks down in the Gulf of Mexico are getting some rain. This is a tropical depression. Tropical depression number 4, and it may become a tropical storm tomorrow sometime. Let's look at a wider view of the whole country and put these clouds into motion. You can see the tropical disturbance, and you can also see some clouds building up to the northwest that may be our next weather producer. But in the meantime, this solid ridge, this dome of very warm to hot air is right over the top of us, and this front is dry, and it's going to move northward. This is the one we'll watch for as it approaches. We'll probably get some rain out of it. 127 degrees today at Death Valley in California. Here's the clear air. Now let's fly up toward those storms that are reaching severe levels tonight and then fly through all this clear air over our heads. And that looks very pleasant as far as clearness is concerned. Now tomorrow, see the way the warm fronts to the north and the cold fronts to the west, so we'll be in that hot flow, plenty of sunshine, and this could become a tropical storm. Now, locally, our 5-day outlook indicates some pretty hot days on Sunday and Monday, maybe a little relief as showers and thunderstorms move in on Tuesday and Wednesday. 83 is a normal high, and these temperatures are well above normal. Tonight, we're calling for a clear sky, warm and quiet. Low tonight of 68 degrees with light and variable winds. Then for tomorrow, mostly sunny and hot, but dry. 96 for a high. Low tomorrow night, 70. South winds at 5. Then for Monday, mostly sunny, hot, and a little more humid. High of 94. So I would say this week's going to be terribly torrid, folks. So find a safe way to escape the heat and just kind of take it easy.
Okay, and we have some help for people who are looking for ways to beat the heat.
Good idea.
In fact, if you're in South Bend and you need relief from the heat, you can head over to the South Bend Cooling Center on Jefferson Boulevard. Now in Elkhart, the Elko Theater will be open for heat relief. And in LaPorte, you can go to the Countryside Place Nursing Home. All those places set up for you to escape the heat. Still to come on News Center 16, a look at the 2 newest teams in the NFL.
Flexall is the pain-relieving gel recommended by professional athletic trainers for all athletic events, from weightlifting to high jumping, wrestling, you name it. If what you do causes pain, get professional pain relief. Get Flexall.
So how are your dentures? Are they still hurting?
No, Benzodent stopped the pain.
Maximum strength Benzodent stays on sore spots, relieves pain for hours.
Yes, it's still working.
Dentist recommended Benzodent. Lasts for hours.
Now it's time for the Hoosier Lottery drawings. Here's Barbara Hobbs.
Good evening, everyone. Let's play Daily 3. Our first digit is 4. The second is 1, and the third is 1. And now let's play Daily 4. Our first digit is 0. The second is 8. Our third is 5. And the last digit is 7. And now it's time to play Hoosier Lotto. Tonight's jackpot is worth an estimated $3 million and is won by matching the 6 numbers drawn in any order with the numbers on your Hoosier Lotto ticket. Here are tonight's winning numbers. 38, number 38. 20, number 20. 30, number 30. 1, number 1. 12, number 12. And 7, number 7. So here are tonight's winning numbers from the Hoosier Lottery.
Through the end of the month, Town & Country Chevrolet is having their biggest new and used car and truck sale ever. And if you snooze, you lose. Right now, Town & Country is putting every new and used car and truck on the block. It's buyer's choice. The monthly payment is clearly marked on every vehicle's windshield, so you can easily pick the car or truck you can afford. Buying a vehicle is fun again. The best prices, the biggest inventory in Michiana, the biggest new and used car and truck sale ever. Now, through the end of the month at Town & Country Chevrolet Geo, where we're taking a bite out of the competition.
What if I told you everything you know about TV is about to change? Because now, there's DirecTV, totally digital television. More movies, more sports, more of what I want than ever before. All through a tiny satellite dish about the size of a small pet. Stay. How does DirecTV work? I have no idea, but it does.
Get your DSS 18-inch dish and DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV for a retailer near you.
You know, the Football Hall of Fame is going to be opening up in just a couple of weeks, but you've already been there.
Been to that one, and I've